I love it. We have our freedom. We have our nurses. They're lovely. We are PSWs. We have a Red Seal chef in the kitchen. Oh my goodness, I was just dancing with joy when I heard that Todd was coming. And it has been a good move. There are bad days and good days. Like everyone has good days and bad days, even in their own home. But this is my home.
Hi, I'm Agnes Stowicki, Managing Editor with Comfort Life. We're speaking with insiders from Canada's leading retirement communities and care providers to uncover insights to community lifestyle, care, culture, and leadership. This includes insights from residents, family members, and administration. This is the Comfort Life Insider Perspective.
My last husband died. I waited 1 year, as the books always say, don't move right away, don't make any decisions. And then when I came to visit my son here, and it's 3.5 hours from here to London where I lived, and I was of ill health at that time. And it's 3.5 hours. So when the doctors would call, or they say, I can't do that to my son anymore. This is too much for him. So I'd like to move closer to Courtice. So he lives 5 minutes from here. So he said, well, we're going to go visit a friend of a friend of a friend who lives here on the third over at White Cliffe. So let's go. I said, okay, I'll go with you and I'll check you guys out. I got inside the double doors at that time. I looked directly into the dining room, and my daughter-in-law was parking the car, and I stood there and I started to jump up and down. And she thought she said, oh my, if she doesn't like it, she won't even go in. And that was quite the opposite. I saw the dining room and the foyer, and I fell in love with it. This is it. This is it. Then they gave me a tour. We weren't expecting a tour, but they were very gracious. They said, we can do it now if you want. And I did, and saw my friend's friend on the third floor, just a sweetheart. She's passed since then. And we made arrangements, and that was in December. And in April, Jeanette called me to say, we have a 1-bedroom. And I said, I'll be there. When can you get me there? We set it all up, packing and everything. And I came. I made my decision then. It was a good decision because I've been here 5 years and 4 months. Not that I'm counting. The first impression was very good. We have a terrific manager now, and we're really going full force ahead right now. Changes are being made, all for the better, and it's just wonderful. That was hard. That was really rough because we'd sold the townhouse condo because of my husband's health and moved to a high-rise apartment. And by that time, and he got ill and had to go into long-term care. And then he passed on, and I had to sell or give away. And I'm from the old school, and no one wanted my memories. They didn't want the lovely antiques. They didn't want the Wedgwood dishes. They were into a different era, a different what they want in their own. And I can't blame them. It was my memories. So I sold some, gave a lot away, and then we had an estate sale. And that was hard. That was really hard. And to decide, what do you take with you? Of course, I brought a game too much. It's still over in my son's garage in boxes, but I never knew, I might need it later on. But it was good. It was good. It was hard. And everyone that's come in here said exactly the same story and maybe different words, but it was hard giving up, giving away, selling, and moving from a treasured home. It was hard. Well, I was in contact with Jeanette. And if she were here, she would tell you I called almost every day. And that one time I called to say, Jeanette, I'm giving clothes away now. I said, what do we dress for dinner? She laughed and she said, anything but no bathing suits, Blanche. It's okay. I mean, we didn't have to get all gussied up for dinner. I said, thank you. I fit right in there. That's good then. When you need help, you go. And in every department, don't go to the manager unless you can't get what you need or want from the other managers. Anne's the last stable, the last one. She's got enough on her plate, but we do go to her. And if her door is open, you can knock and come in or get an appointment. If the door is closed, she's either on the phone or with a person, or she's writing and doesn't want to be disturbed. But her open door policy is there, and that's great. It is, Anne's door is open. Okay, line up. Let's make an appointment now. Okay. Or otherwise she'll say, oh man, she'll wave you in. Like I told her the other day, I said, those gardeners aren't doing a good job out front. The weeds around the flower beds are horrible. Sure enough, by the next day, the people were out there that we got the flowers from and everything. They were out there taking away all the weeds. They just need a little reprimand or a little push or whatever it is. But everyone needs that once in a while. Sometimes we forget, because we're busy, and they are busy at this time of the year, and the pandemic's lessened, so they're now busier than ever, so, but it's fixed now. It's fixed. So once you find something, say the washer's broken, you go to Mark and he'll say, okay, we'll get it next week, or use the one on the second floor or anything, because it's your home, and that's it. They fix it. I used to call bingo once in a while, but I don't do that anymore because of my double vision, but that's a good one. And the horse races, which is funny. And they line up to go with that one. So I don't get there early enough to get in. So, sometimes we've got to take a number and get a line. I know there's so many, and then they have their card club. They have the Java music club. They have the arts club. They have so many. I wish I could read it for you because I don't go to those. I'm not good at arts and crafts, but I go to a lot of things just to talk to people and just to get out. That's what I do. Yeah. And we have a laundry and dryer facility on each floor. So we do our own, which is great. We can do that. And what else do we have?
Your room.
Pardon?
Your suite.
Oh, my suite. I've got a 1-bedroom. They have what they call a studio, or a bachelor, you would call it, which is one big room. And I wanted the 1-bedroom. They do have 2 bedrooms, but I just don't need the 2-bedroom. So when I moved, I sat on an old chair, and my daughter-in-law and son took the furniture that they checked out ahead of time and had X's all over, and they put it in. So the living room was done, and the bedroom was done, and the laundry room, the bathroom was done so well that I went in. They had a brand new cupboard they bought and put up for my towels, and over here for toilet paper stuff. So you have everything you need. And they do your cleaning once a week. They have house cleaning once a week. And if you need your bed linen change, they'll help you with that as well. They're at your beck and call. We have our thingamajiggy here. I took it off. Doesn't match my clothing. Here it is. And it's called, a lifeline, actually. You wear it around your neck all the time. But right now I took it off. And you press the middle button, and it rings in right where the nurses are. So someone will come, and they might send a PSW because if the nurse is busy with another client or resident, and they say, you okay? And they say, yes. And then many, many times I've had to say, just please call the ambulance. I have to go to the hospital, because you know your body better than anyone. And they just quick right away, and to notify the family that's where you're at, which hospital, and so on and so forth. But the staff is great. And sometimes we don't thank them enough. Sometimes we take them for granted too. And just to say thank you, sometimes that's all they need for that day to make them feel good about, because it's a tough job. I'm a retired registered nurse, and it is a tough job waiting on people. It really is. Every Friday night down in the main lobby, a DJ comes, and you should see those people. I can't dance, but I like to watch them wiggle, So anyway, I like it, and they enjoy it too. And last week they went to the winery. It's a new winery, Call, I think it is. And that's what's so important, is chatting on the bus, going to have our own bus. We have our own bus drivers, and they take us there, like make sure we're well. Oh, and we saw the McLaughlin House a couple of months ago. I go back again, because that was a real great trip, the McLaughlin House, which is right across from the cancer clinic. And we'll go on picnics in the summertime, and they'll pack us our lunches, and we take it with us and go to the park and the waterfront. And it's whatever you want. You have to ask. Maybe they can't do it, but they'll try their best. About between the 4th and 5th, it wasn't 6 months, it was before that, I had to go to the hospital with the bowel obstruction. And at that time, the pandemic was on, you had to have the nose, checked and so on. And I didn't know I had to have it done before I could come back to White Cliffe. And we waited for 2 hours. They did one stat to get me in here. And I said, I want to really go home. And I kept saying, I want to go home. They thought I was in a residential home, a 1-unit freestanding. And then when they realized, no, I was in a senior's resident. That's why then they had to do the nose test and I was clear, I was negative, and all we have been. And that's another thing, taking care of us. We've all had 4 shots for all that. We had our 3 original, and then had second booster. and they keep up with their health. They maybe get on the scale the other day. It's how often they weigh us, I don't know. We're either under or over. I'm just fine. It's okay. But they do such a good part in the health end. And so, as I said, I'm a retired registered nurse. I know what's right and I know what's wrong, and they do a good job. They do. And if they didn't, I'd tell them. Afternoon nap. Don't laugh. Afternoon nap. And my son said, Mom, if you sleep in the afternoon, you won't sleep at night. He's so wrong. I do sleep at night. And the doctor said, if she's tired, let her lay down and sleep. So there we are. The favorite thing, I think the meals, number one, and the outside activities when we get on the bus. And we do as much talking on the bus going in front as we do when we get to our activity. Yeah, I really do. And if you go, I like bingo, but because of my eyesight, I don't do it anymore, but I like it. I really do. Everything's fun. It's how you make it. I would tell them to be very careful when approaching the family member that you think needs this type of facility. Be very careful. You can hurt their feelings. You can make them say, no, you're not putting me in that old folks home. No. If you just come on down and just take a tour, whether it's this one or any other one, just come and take a tour. If they book ahead, they'll give you a free lunch, no kidding. And they don't make it any special. We all get the same thing. But if you don't like what's on the menu, you do have alternatives. And people don't know that. And we keep pressing, yes, you do have alternatives. And if you're allergic to something, make the kitchen chef aware of it, and you never get it. I mean, you really do. So make them aware, have them come in and look everything over and ask questions, and ask someone who's lived here for a while. And they'll be able to say, I think you'd do good if you came in here, you'd fit right in perfectly and have a life of your own and still have a life. You're not ending a life when you come in here. Yeah, you sold your house and you gave away most everything and here you are, but it's not the end of the line. It's just the beginning. It is really just, and it's how you make it the beginning. It's how you do it. Pick your location. And of course, you want one closer where your family's living. You pick the location, pick the best one, closest one. Because you never know, you might be right around the corner in good weather. You might be able to walk to and from. Maybe they don't want you to walk to and from. But anyway, there are times when go see more than just one. Go 2, 3, and 4. Go. I mean, it's not going to hurt anyone. At my age, you've got children that are already retired. They have the time on their hands. You can make a schedule. We'll go next Friday afternoon. Okay, yeah, fine. We're ready to go. Go in and ask your questions there. We'd like to make a tour. If it's not convenient, then they'll set up a time and make a tour, okay? But go and visit. Go ask your questions. Ask your questions. Have them written down. It's no shame to ask questions that you don't know. You've never been in one before. It's just hearsay. Most of them say, oh God, I'm not going there. That's an old folks home. No. Get that out of your head, please. It is what you make it. So ask them, okay? Ask the questions and go visit different homes. No, I can't say I do anything different. I made the right choice. As my daughter-in-law said, she fell in love with it and she still is, so, and yeah, there's bad days. We all have bad days. I mean, you have death dates and birth dates and anniversary dates and just bad days, but there's so few and far between. Let it go. Get your tears out. Cry. It's not a shame to cry over something you don't have anymore, but you don't need it either anymore. So move on. You're a better person for it. And the people around you, they will help you. Are you okay, Blanche? Oh, I'm excellent. No, you're not. I can tell you're not. Well, it's just, don't feel sorry for yourself. There's all these other people that need your help as much as you need their help. So always say, how are you? I'm excellent.
For more information about this community, you can visit their profile at comfortlife.ca.